right. So for today, what we're going to be working on is building out our projects. So in the last few videos and kind of off screen, I've been working on a little bit more on the layout and design. So that's kind of in a reasonable place. I still need to work on the settings section, but the major screens kind of have a lot of the main components in place. The other thing I did is I was experimenting with Flex with this, and it wasn't bad. It just didn't work quite the way that my brain wants. I also encourage you kind of creating essentially a completely viewless setup, which I don't know if I'm ready to commit to it that well. Yeah, so I actually ended up switching back over to using view components. I've used them view components in other things, and they've worked well. So I'm pretty comfortable using that for moving forward. So you're going to see that in some of these pages. So let's switch over and get started with things. All right. So now with some of the changes that I've done, the pages are now styled a little bit better. Not that there's much going on there. So they might look something like this. So I need to make some of these more modal, or sorry, using turbo streams to bump them up, but the kind of the concepts are kind of in place. All right, so let's start by building out a new spec for this. Rails G R spec feature users can what did I say for notes? People can have notes. People can have tasks. And this is going to be very similar. So let's actually just bring this in as a starting place. All right, people can have tasks starting from the person, create user with account, create person, root, select people, click on person, not full name, click on add task, fill in. So here's really kind of the meat of things. Fill in title with do some stuff, and we will do fill in do at I don't know if this is going to work properly. We'll see what this does. 2023, I don't know. 12, 25, so we'll say by presence. And I like doing the idea of having something being able to be scheduled. So I'm going to do that the month before. Fill in description with my presence for the family. And I'm going to click on create task. And with that, I expect to have the page to have by presence. All right, unable to find link add task. Yep. So if we go to people, show, we have add note, add email, add task. So we'll make this a new task path, and the record is going to be person to sgid. Cool. And it's complaining about that not existing. Of course it's not. And complain about the controller, and this is all the typical CRUD stuff. Let's actually take a look at the notes controller. All right. So now we should get yelled at with the task. Yep. And I'm actually gonna review notes. So it just has the content, yeah. So we're making the relationship using the activity to connect things. So when we create it, we create the note, and then we create a source for it. And yeah, so we're gonna hold on to that because this is gonna come into play. All right. So the task is gonna have a title. It's gonna have a description, which is text. I'm gonna say do at, which is a date time, scheduled date time. I know we're going to be wanting things that we can check off to say it was done at, which is date time, and that's going to be nil by default. Title to scheduled description. And on here we want to say who's it's. Well, yeah, we'll leave that for now. All right. I was just thinking we're going to want to be able to assign this to people. Create task models. All right. So I like to put a sequence on at least like one thing that's descriptive, just to try and help us be able to identify it if we're ever trying to edit it on the page. Everything else, I don't really care. Yeah, that's probably fine for now. All right, title, null, false. That's gonna be true for scheduled, done at. Those all can be null, so that's okay. I guess technically the description could be null. Well, I'm gonna leave that as null false. We'll put in blank if that's the case. That's fine. All right. And we need to Rails DB migrate this. New is missing a template. All right, so this is going to be the tasks. And we're going to create new.html.erb form.html.erb, and eventually we'll be doing new.turbostream, but that's fine for now. Enable find title, perfect. Form with model of task. And this is title. What did I call that? Is it scheduled at or schedule at? This is the tasks scheduled at. Yeah, okay, good. All right, this does not have a datetime field yet in the in my form builder. I was not expecting that error. Scheduled at lowercase a. So let's take a look at that notes controller again. We're structurally going to be doing pretty much the same thing. All right, so task is task.new, task params, activity.new, activity.source is note. As the task, source date is time.current. We save that and we create a record towards the record. But we have not defined the record again, so let's grab that and bring that. And if it's HTML, we're going to redirect toward back to the original record. But we are not bringing this record through, which this is going to yell at us. So if we take a look at the new note, we're passing in the record. And then in the form, we have that record tag. And we're going to want to pass that into new. All right, that should be wired up. All right, so we can permit the title description due at scheduled at, and just to get ahead, we're going to have the done at. Actually, I think that's going to be done. That's what we'll be using. We'll get there. All right. and it's missing a task, and that's because it's trying to render that activity. So views, new file. Hey, that looks like it's all working. Let's take a look. So we go to people, go to a person, add a task, do stuff, and pretty please. And this is giving me an error because I don't have the turbo stream set up for it. So let's do that. Well, let's go back over here. We can see that it did work. So we have the pretty please task here. All right, so let's take a look at the note, and we can grab this. Just help it fit in a bit better. We want to actually use the email layout. For some of the stuff that we're going to do, we want to be able to live reload this. We're actually going to pull that in. All right, so we're going to want to have a checkbox in here or something that lets us toggle that off, but we're not going to worry about that for right now. We are going to take care of that turbo stream though. So if we look at the notes, create turbo stream. And if we look at the one here, all right, turbo stream not replace new activity with, so we actually don't need that anymore. That was one of the old things. So prepend the note to the activities. Turbo stream append activities due, that's the highlighter. And we're going to append that to the task, not the note. So if we add a task, wow. So we also need to do the new.turbo stream. To the drawer container, make a panel. Panel the title is new task, and you're going to render form with task. All right, so if we hit new task, it doesn't work. What did I do wrong on there? On new.turbo stream, task is task. That doesn't seem right. In task, new.turbo stream. Oh. All right. There we go. We can now actually fix up the styling on this a little bit by div class equals, is this what, space y4, or is it 2? Oh no, it is Y4. Add task. All right, so we have a new task. 2 more. That flash is good. You didn't remove the drawer container. That's why. I don't have that in the other one, I don't assume as well. All right, new task modal. And if I go up to create on the turbo stream, I bet you in the emails create, it removes. Yep. All right, so we are going to remove the new task. We are going to prepend the task, and then we are going to append the highlighter. So let's try this again. So add task and more, create, it goes away and flashes and it's listed. Add more, comes back. All right, we've got tasks added. So let's take a look at what the changes here. Sorry, let's make sure we didn't break anything while we were fiddling. So let's see if the new test does back. Yep, that does, good. All right, while that runs, let's take a look at our commit. So we have our test spec with nothing, that's fine. They can add it, and that all looks like it works. Factory is fine. Schema is fine. Migration is fine. Yeah, the tasks route. New turbo stream, new. Create turbo stream. Tasks, form. Add the link to show. There's nothing really much going on here. Take care of that. Our task controller, great. All right, so actually I'm gonna stop it there. So that's setting up our tasks, which is kind of our first step. We'll be looking at doing next will be building out the whole project side of things. But that's where we're gonna end for now. Have a good day.